Hello class, welcome. Our topic for today is price elasticity of demand. So what is price elasticity? Price elasticity measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded or supplied of a good to a change in its price. Elasticity can be described as elastic or very responsive, unit elastic or inelastic, not very responsive. Elastic demand refers to an economic concept that states that the demand for a good or services changes with the fluctuation in its price. Meaning, when the price goes up, the demand goes down. Or if the price goes down, the demand goes up. An inelastic demand or supply curve is one where a given percentage change in price will cause a smaller percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied. Unitary elasticity means that the given percentage change in price leads to an equal percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied. So the price elasticity formula is percentage change in quantity over percentage change in price. So how can we conclude that the price elasticity of demand is elastic, inelastic, unitary, perfectly inelastic, or perfectly elastic? If the computed PED is more than 1, we can say that it is elastic. If it is less than 1, it is inelastic, or equal to 1, it is unitary, and equals to 0, perfectly inelastic, and if it is infinite, it is perfectly elastic. There are two formulas for price elasticity of demand. First is the midpoint method or ARC formula. Second is the point elasticity. We use point elasticity method when the change in price is very small because it is easy to calculate the elasticity at a point and because the changes are quite little. But if the change is substantial, we cannot use neither the initial nor the final price as a base. We use the ARC or the midpoint method or formula. Now let's proceed to the example. ABC company sell one piece of candle for 5 pesos per piece, and the current demand for the product is 250 pieces. The company decided to decrease the price to 3.50 pesos and the demand for the candle increased by 350 pieces. Requirement: compute price elasticity of demand using the midpoint and point formula. Okay, let's start using the midpoint formula. The formula is Q2 minus Q1 over Q2 plus Q1 over 2. The letter Q stands for quantity and the P stands for the price. It is called the midpoint formula because we need to get the average for the denominator for the quantity and for the denominator of the price. Q1 is the initial quantity and P1 is the initial price. Q2 is the final quantity and P2 is the final price. So let's input the given in the formula. So in the problem, it states that there is an increase of demand by 350 pieces of candles. So how much is your Q2? Q2 is equal to 250 pieces plus increased by 350 pieces. 350 plus 250 is equal to 600 pieces. So your Q2 is equal to 600 pieces. So your Q1 is 250 pieces. Next is for the price. Your P2, in the problem, it states that the company decides to decrease the price to 350. So 350 is your P2 or your final price. And the 5 pesos is your initial price. So let's compute. So let's start. 600 less 250 over 600 plus 250 over 2. So 600 less 250 is 350. 600 plus 250 is 850. So retain the 2. The price, 3.5 less 5 is equal to negative 1.5 over 3 plus 5 divided by 2. is 8.5 divided by 2. Next is 350 divided by 850 divided by 2. So first, we need to divide 850 by 2. So 850 divided by 2 is 425. So I did the shortcut. So 350 divided by 425 is equal to 0.82, and divided by 0.35. I get the 0.35 by dividing first the 850 divided by 2, which is 4.25. So negative 1.5 divided by 4.25, that is 0.35. So 0.82 divided by 0.35, that is negative. So we get negative 2.34. But since this is a elasticity, we need the absolute value. Okay. So now let's compute using the point formula. The formula is Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 over P2 minus P1 over P1. As you can see, the difference between the point and the midpoint is the denominator in the point formula is the initial quantity and initial price. So let's start. 600 minus 250 over 250 over 3.5 minus 5 over 5. The given is there in the presentation. Q2 is equal to 600, Q1 is equal to 250, P2 is equal to 3.50, and P1 is equal to 5.0. So 600 minus 250 and 3.5 minus 5 is 1.50. So 350 divided by 250 is 1.4, and negative 1.5 divided by 5 is equal to negative 0.3. So your answer using the point formula is absolute value of 4.47 elastic.